All right, I'm live. All right, I'm live now. Okay. All right, guys. So, I'm doing a live stream. No one's in here right now, but what I wanted to talk to you guys about, and if anyone joins in, you guys can ask questions or you can come back, and I'll probably repeat this if people join in. Is um that I don't know if anyone's been watching from the pages of. Well, I'm sure people have been watching it. I've seen that it's got views, but from the pages of Sports Review Wrestling at the end, if you stayed all the way to the end, I had teasers that in August we will be bringing back from the pages of WWF Magazine. So that is coming. Excuse me. And so I was going to try and get it to be this week, but it's looking like it's going to be next week. Excuse me. That's why I have the water here. All right. Hopefully some people join in and we can answer some questions if you have them. And if not, it'll be a short live stream. But so the thing that was holding me up on the from the pages of WWF Magazine is that when I got to 1995, I found out it was really late 94 when WWF did two covers in the US, two covers. I'm only assuming one was like a newsstand cover and one was a subscriber cover. And I didn't realize that till I had searched. Usually, when I go on to make the thumbnail, I just try and find an image of it on the internet. And there is a website that actually has all the WWF magazines, the images of the covers. Excuse me. Of course, this would happen when I go live. Can't edit it out. So anyway, I found that there was a alternate cover. So that made me start looking at other, issues that might have an alternate cover. And I found that there are a few going, after that point, 1995, but they weren't like newsstand versus subscriber, covers like that. They were different covers in the UK at least. I don't know about where else. I don't even know where WWF was other, in the world. Obviously it was in Canada. I know it was in Canada. But I don't know where else other than Canada and the UK it was. But in the UK they had different covers. So, for example, I think the March 95 cover, I don't know why there's a lock there. The March 95 cover had I think it was Brett, in his Lonesome Dove costume, like on the set of Lonesome Dove. Now, that was probably not a show available in the UK, so it would make no sense. So they put the British Bulldog on the cover. Then I think it was April, the next month, they were getting ready for WrestleMania with Lawrence Taylor there, right? WrestleMania 11. They were getting ready for that with Lawrence Taylor. And Lawrence Taylor probably means nothing to the UK audience because he's an American football player. So they had Shawn Michaels and Pamela Anderson on the cover. And then later in the year, I think it's October, they had Bret Hart on the cover with like America Online, I think it came with, like, remember those free discs you used to get, but it was like a bunch of kids in front of a computer, America Online. Again, would have meant nothing in the UK. So their cover was Bret Hart on the cover, but just like an action photo or something like that. So I had to get them from the UK, and just interestingly enough, in 95, they started doing posters, like just like a centerfold poster, not like a big poster. And they also started doing trading cards. And I was looking for the ones that had both the poster and the trading cards. I got the one definitely for April. I'm not sure about October. And March, I could not find any with the trading cards. But it had the poster and it had the catalog and everything. So it was like the most complete. And maybe for the UK version, they didn't do the cards because I think that might have. I'm not sure. That might have been the first month of the trading cards. I've gone through them once I got them, but that was a couple of weeks ago. But I was still in the process of doing from the pages of Sports Review Wrestling, so that I didn't, I haven't recorded the new ones yet. So that's what held up. I was looking, I didn't want to spend a lot, I was trying to get them, and that was the thing, is I could have gotten each individual one probably cheaper from individual sellers, but then that's different shipping. And when you ship from the UK to the States, it's expensive. So I ended up finding someone who had all three, and I spent more per magazine, but I think I ended up spending, I definitely spent less per shipping, but it still was a lot. I mean, I think for the three magazines and the shipping from the UK, it probably was like $100, which for magazines of 95, I wouldn't spend that, like three magazines from 84, 85, like here in the US, I mean, $30, some of those go for $30 a magazine, but I kind of had to do it because I wanted to show you guys, even though they're not the ones, almost everything you see is the magazines I had as a kid. I started in 87, and then I went forward with that. Forward from there, and got everything through like 95, 96, some into 97. And then I got some of the back issues back then when I was a kid, but then I've also picked up a lot more recently. So not all of them from when I was a kid. And yeah, I could have just shown you the US covers, and that's what it would be. But I figured, I mean, like right now on the what do you call it? On the on YouTube, there's people who go through magazines. Some have gone through them, before I started. Some have done it since I've started and doing it. Um, and but there's no collection of YouTube videos of as comprehensive of WWF magazines as I have done. Not that I'm, not that that's anything super special, but I'm just saying, like, I wanted this to be sort of the go-to for WWF magazines. I got it all the way from the first Victory, and then we've gotten all the way through 94. And so when I found out there were alternate covers, I wanted to make sure I got them before we went over them on the channel. So I mean, that's that. So I have them. I was going to try and record them later last week or early this week. It just didn't happen. Life, kids, wife, house, working, all that stuff didn't lend itself to actually get that recorded. But I will definitely get them recorded by next Thursday when they normally drop. So that is hey, someone's here. So that's the story on From the Pages and when it's coming. What's going on? Who's that? Presley 007. What's going on? What's up, brother? I was just talking about how I'm bringing back WWF, From the Pages of WWF magazine will be back by next Thursday. And because I didn't have a video today of any sort of From the Pages, I kind of wanted to come on, do a live stream, answer any questions that anyone may have also about that when it's coming back. So that will be, I guess that's August 8th. I guess that's next Thursday. So that's that. I do want to see, what I like to do on the channel is I like to get things pre-recorded. I'm not a get in front of the camera every day or even a few times a week kind of guy. I've got 3 kids and the house, like I've got a lot of other stuff. So I try to, when I have a day here or there, is record like a whole series of a particular show. So say we're doing From the Pages. I'll have the background set up properly for that. And then I'll do the intro outros for every single one for the year. Like say we're going to do 95. I'll sit here, literally do the intro, take a breath, do the outro. If I don't make any mistakes, if I make mistakes, I'll start over. But if I don't make any mistakes, boom, cut it. That's a file on the thing. I name it January 1995, intro, outro. Then I will immediately hit record and do the intro, change the magazines on the on the music stand, and then do the intro, outro for February. Record the intro, take a second, and then jump right into the outro. Because then when I edit it, I'll just cut that file, splice, and then splice the meat of the video in there. And then that usually gets done. I try to do a few in a day. Sometimes the turning of the pages part, it's hard to do 12 of those videos in one day. So I'll try and do like 2 or 3 maybe, but still try and get those. Sometimes those I'm doing as late as the day it actually airs if I've procrastinated enough. So that's how From the Pages works. I actually still have some Star Wars Saturday Nights that are in the can that I've just not edited and put up, but those will be coming. I've got no other videos recorded besides that. So I'm going to try in the next week or two. I really want to do some more DVD deep dives because I have some Blu-rays. I've got my last purchase from Disney Movie Club, which I know what it is, but it's still in the package. I haven't even opened it. My last purchase from Disney Movie Club. I figured that would be a cool video because they are now not, they closed down. And I've got a few other DVD deep dives, which basically were some Blu-rays, 4K, stuff like that. I definitely want to do some retro media releases because I have a few things I want to do when it comes to that. I've got some things I want to show you guys. I know a lot of people love the wrestling stuff. Federation Nation and From the Pages. Those are definitely the most popular. But for me personally, I don't want to do just a wrestling challenge because I love wrestling channel. I love Star Wars. I love DVDs and Blu-rays and all that stuff. And I love retro media like Laserdiscs and Beta and VHS and all that stuff. So if you're one of those people who only likes the wrestling stuff, stay. Keep your, don't unsubscribe or anything. Just watch what you like. But I actually do bring in retro media release if it catches right. And even DVD deep dive. If they catch right, sometimes I actually get a lot of views from some of those. I get I promote them into some of the DVD groups and Blu-ray groups on Facebook, and I actually get subscribers from that, and I get views from that. So they're not overall not as popular as the wrestling. I also do a lot more wrestling videos, but that's sort of just the way it worked. I really only wanted to do Federation Nation and From the Pages. But From the Pages, because it's become sort of the most popular, that's the one I always make sure I have. Granted, I didn't have one today. But like I said, it'll be back next week. See, I don't understand this. That skip ads will run shortly for some viewers. Do they actually do ads in the middle of the video? Like a live stream? It's kind of weird. Anyway, Presley, I like the videos. Really takes me back. Had a good majority of them. I left during the New Generation era. Came back during the Monday Night Wars. Yeah. I didn't leave during the New Generation era, but I wasn't nearly as invested. I mean, you're talking like 86, 87, 88, 89, even up to like 90. Like, it was all wrestling for me. 91, I went into high school, and even by junior high, like by the end of junior high, it was like a little bit less, but definitely by 91, I was in high school. And then 91 to 95, I was in high school. So did I check out, at the beginning of that, did I check out Primetime Wrestling? Yeah. Did I check out Monday Night Raw? Yeah, I did. But I don't even know what was going on Saturday mornings anymore. Superstars, Wrestling Challenge was still on. I think they were. I mean, I wasn't doing that. I was basically checking out the the Monday night stuff when it was prime time, and then when it become became Monday Night Raw. I always used to, make sure I got to see WrestleMania every year. But it was a thing where it was like sometimes, for most of the year, I didn't watch much. And then I would watch WrestleMania. But I always would, I saw WrestleMania 10 live when it happened. I think I saw WrestleMania 9 live when it happened. I definitely saw up till 8. I'm pretty sure I saw 9, but I'm not even positive. I definitely saw 10 when it happened. I saw 11 when it happened. I don't remember if I saw 12 live. And 13, I'm pretty sure I did, but then that was getting back into, that was starting the Attitude Era for 13. So you guys, Presley, I think you're the only one in here right now. Let me know. It says one waiting. What does that mean? Waiting? I mean, because I'm looking at it on my Kindle here. I'm going to have to sneeze. Thank you. I'm sure you said bless you out there. Of course it happens when I'm live. Tell me what's happening. Are you getting ads in the middle of a live stream? That I want to know that. So write down in the comments, Presley. You're in here right now. Let me know. All right, so I'll wait for that. These are just some of the few things that I wanted to talk about. I'm going to here. Really like primetime. I was WrestleMania 9. I guess you mean you were watching up until about WrestleMania 9. I want to see. I guess I could just do that. Subscriptions. Yep, I'm live. No, that's not that. I'm live right now. Here we go. See, look at, well, there's an ad before. But tell me if there's ads in the middle of this live stream. It's kind of weird. All right. So that was that. We're going to take one little break. So let me mute this, and I will be back in 30 seconds. All right, here we go. Oh, you were at, let's see. Really like primetime. No, so just at the beginning, I guess you're talking about the ads. And you were at WrestleMania 9. Cool. I have never been to a WrestleMania. The only pay-per-view I've been at was SummerSlam 91, which I go over on the channel on an episode of Federation Nation. I think it's towards the beginning of Federation Nation. I'm not sure exactly what episode it was, but I feel like it was like, that wasn't episode 3. I don't know. Towards the beginning, probably in the first 10, I should say. But there you go. And then that was the only pay-per-view I've ever been to. SummerSlam 91, Madison Square Garden. Because if you guys have watched the channel enough, you know that I am from New York. Message retract. I guess that was the I was WrestleMania 9. Ads inserted. Does that mean when it's not live and it's going to be, watched as a replay, if that's where they're going to put ads? Because it comes up that I can skip the ads or something like that, but I don't know. because most viewers will see ads at this time, or it gives me a countdown in 30 seconds. She's been on for almost 20 minutes. Now, I've done live streams in the afternoon, in the evening, and most people always say at the night. I saw that video you at SummerSlam 99. Very cool. Yeah, and I even show you a little clip of me on the pay-per-view. So that's at the end. Yeah, I actually made the pay-per-view. The cameras really went like I always say, we were in the first row of the last section, so there's like a landing right there. Like people come up the ramp to like a landing, and then there's seats you can go down, and then there's steps to seats you can go up. We were in that up section, the last section, I guess, in the old Madison Square Garden. It was the 400s. I have to look at my ticket, but we were the first row, so they had a camera person. They had two camera. There was a camera person, and then there was someone else. I don't know what they were doing. I just remember there was two people. Whether they had they were just making sure they were keeping the cable or whatever. But there were two people there. They actually panned by us twice, and it was on the second one that it was live on the air. But funny enough, if you have the Coliseum video, for whatever reason, they snippet that little part out. They edit that little part out. But it is on Peacock, and it was on the original pay-per-view. Probably during the replay. Yeah, it probably is during the replay, the ads, and they don't put ads in the live stream. But I'm a little surprised nobody's here. Everyone always says the later night ones are the good ones. Oh, wait, who do I got? Oh, no, it does say I have people. I got a like. Who's it say? It says there's really only two because I'm watching it under like another channel of mine. Just like my personal channel that I've had for, since YouTube started. When I started this, I made a new channel. So that's usually what I watch a lot of things on, is my own personal channel, because it's got everyone I subscribe to. And then on this, I subscribe to a lot of people, but it's usually more people that I'm going to interact with online as the channel, so if I friends, New 80s Revolution, stuff like that. If I'm talking to him, in fact, I usually will watch it on my TV and under my regular thing, and I go, oh, and then I feel like I want to comment, then I'll go to my phone or my Kindle or whatever, and then I'll be signed in under Collectors Entertainment Network, and then I'll send off my comment so that he knows it's me, and he probably wouldn't recognize my just regular old username. But I can't see who's in here. It says 3 people. Again, you're one, I'm one, which means there's a mystery person out there. So if you're got a keyboard, go ahead and say who you are. If you're watching on TV, then I don't know what you could do. Ooh, can I like it? Yeah, everyone like it. Do all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Obviously, everyone here is probably subscribed. All right, so Presley, do you have any questions? Because I was using this video sort of as a way to get some information out and then answer any questions that you guys might have. And I pretty much got the information out that I wanted. I've got From the Pages of WWF Magazine coming back next week with 95, and it will have the alternate UK covers involved. I have those. I do have to actually go through them. I'm going to go through them, put them down, and go through page by page and see if the contents are exactly the same. I'm pretty sure they are. If they are exactly the same, then I'll show you guys the covers in the intro. But then I'll only go through one magazine, in the turning of the pages part, probably the US version, because that's the one I've had since 95. So anyway, so those are coming. I've got some DVD deep dive. I have a list of things I want to record. I just got to find the time. But I think I was saying, I don't know if I finished saying it, but when I want to do a show, I will do it all in one shot. So also the thing why that helps out is because I always change the background. So this is like a generic wrestling background. I can use it for Federation Nation. I could use it for From the Pages. Plus, I change it around somewhat anyway. But if I'm doing DVD deep dive, then I put DVDs, Blu-rays, and all that kind of stuff down there. If I'm doing retro media release, I put laser discs and beta tapes and anything else, VHS tapes. If I'm doing Star Wars Saturday Night, I put Star Wars stuff back there. I got these. Usually, I have my WWF banner there, but sometimes it falls, and I didn't want it to fall in the middle of a live stream because I've got it because I take it up and down. It's tacked on that side, but I only have like a piece of tape holding it up on the side. I'm letting all the secrets out, and then eventually, sometimes it just plops down. What else? So yeah, so From the Pages is coming back next week. I've got a few, and while I've got like a wrestling background up, I might change it a little bit. But while I have a wrestling background up, I'm gonna do I'm gonna pre-record a few episodes of Federation Nation. Once I have a few of those, in the can, then I'll change the background. I'll do my DVD deep dives. I'll do my retro media releases, and then I'll probably come back and do some more Federation Nations. And the reason why is because a lot of my Federation Nations, I've got some programs to go through that I want to watch the pay-per-view that they're programmed to, because in fact, I do actually already have. That's a funny thing. I already have the intro outros of those recorded, but the part where I turn the page and talk about the pay-per-view, haven't recorded yet because I want to watch the pay-per-views. I've got, I think, all the 88 pay-per-views. So you're talking WrestleMania 4, SummerSlam 88, and Survivor Series 88. Because remember that year, the Royal Rumble was not pay-per-view. It was on USA Network. So those are the only 3 of 88. And I figured I would just do that as like, make, and then I'll do 89s and, stuff like that. I do also have, I relatively recently, I don't know, within the past year or whatever, picked up the program to WrestleMania 2. So I'm going, not that I haven't seen WrestleMania 2 a ton of times, although most of the time I saw WrestleMania 2 growing up was just a dub of the Coliseum video, and the version that was on it's not up there, right? I don't know, where is it? Where did I put it? But the WrestleMania VHS set that I have shown on the channel, plus the version on Peacock, is much closer to the original pay-per-view. I know there are some edits, but it's much longer than just that really short 2-hour version on Coliseum Video. So I'm not as familiar with that, with all the other stuff. So I do want to sit down and watch WrestleMania 2 and do it. Now, and a lot of people hate WrestleMania 2. I personally love WrestleMania 2. I don't know if it's because although I didn't see it live, it was the first WrestleMania when I started liking wrestling, and I was looking forward to it happening. And although I didn't see it live back then, you could turn on the pay-per-view channel and it would come in all like scrambled, and you could hear it. So I'm not gonna say I sat there and watched 3 hours of scrambled television, but I did watch a decent chunk of it and listen to it. All right, I see Presley's got something. I like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels as I guess as IC champs better than heavyweight champions. How about you? I liked Hogan, Warrior, etc. The bigger guys as heavyweight champs. I'm a huge Bret Hart fan, so I have to say I did like seeing him as the heavyweight champ, and I mean, again, it was when I wasn't really watching, but I wasn't really watching based more on my age than who was champ. Like in '86, let's see, I either started watching in early '86 or late '85. I just know that I watched before WrestleMania 2 because I have some wrestling from then recorded on VHS. I remember WrestleMania 2 coming, so I know I was a fan before. So I was like 9 years old, right? And I was 9, 10, 11, for those 86, 87, 88, 89. It was the perfect age for wrestling fan. By the time the new generation came, again, I was in high school, so I wasn't really watching. So I wasn't watching as much, but it wasn't because of who was on top. It was more my age. Because I did like Brett as champ. I have to say, Shawn, not particularly. I always thought he was a great talent, but I never really was a Shawn fan. At least not the 90s Shawn. And it had nothing to do with his attitude or anything like that. Or maybe it did. I don't know. I mean, he started off the Rockers. They were a great, tag team specialist, right? They were a great team. And then he was a heel and didn't care, he had the whole thing with Sherry and everything. So I didn't really care about that. And then he was in, rivalry with Brett. And I was a Brett fan, so I didn't like him then. And then when he came back, I wasn't really watching wrestling, just here and there. So it was great. But I was just never a big Shawn fan. So it wasn't so much him, but the Hitman, I definitely saw him as champ. And I mean, if you look at the biggest guy, especially in the 90s, early 2000s, was Stone Cold, and Stone Cold was the same size as those guys. In fact, I bet you if you looked at him and I'd have to look at it, but I'm pretty sure if you looked at him and Bret Hart next to each other, Bret Hart was like bigger. He was like a thicker, more muscular guy. Stone Cold was never a crazy muscular guy. He wasn't a super huge guy, size wise. In fact, I'd almost think that Bret Hart was actually a little bit bigger, but basically the same size. So I didn't mind them that size as champ. And plus, I thought the wrestling was getting better. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved Hulk Hogan but even in '86, right? Even in '86, even though all my favorites were the baby faces, I didn't like the bad guys, right? I didn't like the heels, except for Macho Man. Macho Man was my number one favorite wrestler, and he was a heel. I liked him when he was originally a heel. Probably he already had the IC title, I think. Maybe like mid '86. Definitely when he went against Jake. Remember, it was like two heels versus each other on Saturday Night's Main Event in like late '86. I definitely was rooting for the Macho Man. And I don't know if that's when he became my favorite from that point on. Or he had already been my favorite. It's been 40 years, or almost. So I don't really remember. But I do know at that Saturday Night's Main Event, which I watched live, I knew I was rooting for Macho Man. I don't remember if that's when I started, but he was still a heel, clearly a heel, and I love the Macho Man. So and he was, especially back then, he was a smaller guy, a little bit bigger than like Hitman, I guess, but smaller in comparison to like Hogan and stuff. I didn't. But you also wrote out like Warriors. I didn't like Warrior as champ. See, I like Warrior as Intercontinental champ. To me, even then, in 1990. So I was like 13 years old, right? Even then, I didn't think he deserved I didn't think he deserved to beat Hogan. I was rooting for Hogan. I didn't think Warrior deserved it. Now, rewind 1988 SummerSlam, which I saw live with my friends. One of my friends got on pay-per-view. It was just a group of, I guess it was I was 11, a group of 11-year-old boys watching SummerSlam in the middle of summer, well, towards the end of summer. But it was like a Monday night too, right? And we're watching it, and when Warriors music hit, we all exploded off the floor. We weren't even sitting on the couch; we were all sitting on the floor. Exploded off the floor. Remember, like a big console TV that was on the floor. I'm pretty sure that's what he had. And we exploded, and it was over in like 30 seconds. That was huge. That one of the most fun memories of wrestling was SummerSlam '88. Watching it live, Warriors music hit, beat the Honky Tonk Man in like 20 seconds or whatever it was. Just got an ad. All right, so what happens? Do you come back live or do they stop it for so they should just run ads on the bottom or something if they're gonna run ads. Missed those Saturday Night's Main Event. Yeah. Saturday Night's Main Event was that was the November 86 was the first one that I saw when it happened. So I remember going, I don't even know if I knew about Saturday Night's Main Event. I know I liked wrestling, right? Like I said, before WrestleMania 2, I was already a fan. But I remember going to school one day, and it was like the Monday after the October, I guess it was October Saturday Night's Main Event, where Piper was like basically turning face, and he, who do you go against? Adonis? Or no, the Iron Sheik. He went against the Iron Sheik, right? He went against the Iron Sheik, and Pedro Morales was going to take his spot, and then he ordered him out, and then he hit him with the crutch and all that. I remember, I mean, there was other things, but I remember that match was being explained to me. Like, we were walking into school one day in October of 86, the following Monday, and my friend was telling, I'm like, what was this? You know, because I was used to like Saturday morning stuff where it was just like jobbers and stuff. And I was like, what are you talking? Like, I remember that. So then when I realized that another one was coming the next month, when I heard about it, I made sure to watch it. And I told the story. I was actually at my aunt and uncle's house, but we lived like 7 blocks away from them when it started. And I was watching it, and then during a commercial break, I like timed my parents. I was like, we gotta go, like, because I could get home in a commercial break. That's how close we lived. And when I got there, my brother was there recording this is the November 86 Saturday Night's Main Event. I'd already seen part of it there. I come rushing home. And I come running in, and my brother's recording it. He's like, oh, I was recording because I thought you were going to miss it, but I could stop recording it. And I was like, no, keep recording it. And I still have that VHS till this day. All right, so what do we got? WrestleMania 2 was great, underrated. Thank you. Just got an ad. I already saw that. I missed those Saturday's Main Events. Okay. If I donated $500, would you be my best friend? I was a big Hogan guy. Cut off your story, then came back. I guess came back live. You could donate $500, but I don't think I'd be your best friend. I have a wife who's my best friend. I know that's schmaltzy, and plus I have other real life friends. Not that you're not in real life, but not in, you know what I mean. Out of water, I should get another one. But by all means, super chat $500. You're more than welcome to. So, what was I? We're talking about Saturday's Main Event. I don't know why I started. Macho Man. Oh, we were talking about the size of the champs, IC champs versus heavyweight champs. Said cut off your story, then came back. What was the story I was telling? I could recap it for you. You can watch this, or you can watch it later. There's a heart there. Did you put that there? Oh no, that I can put. I guess I can add comments. Okay. So that's we got 4 people. Again, I'm watching it, so really that's 3 people, right? Big live stream. So what is that? Mino Man? What happens if I click channel activity? I don't know. I don't want to do anything. Might make it live. Have you commented before? Have I seen you? Sometimes in live streams, I think people come up as different than they come up on the app. Coach story then came. Yes, live. Okay. What was the story I was telling? I could give you okay. I've been watching for a bit. All right. What's your favorite? Are you like here for the wrestling stuff? Do you like the DVD stuff, the retro media stuff? I used to have the show That Figures, which I want to bring back. Because I have a lot of action figures, especially Star Wars figures, but I got all sorts of stuff like Buffy the Vampire Slayer figures, Buffy and Angel figures. Got some Star Trek figures. I've got what else? I think I have like Underworld figures. I'm not even sure. I think I do. But the problem is, All my stuff is downstairs in the basement. The wrestling stuff, a huge wrestling fan. All right, cool. Um, but the thing is that this is currently CEN Studios right now is our guest bedroom, and our two daughters are in one room, which they're getting too old. They're 9 and 11, and my 9-year-old also has a twin brother, but he has his own room. So I want to give this room to my 9-year-old girl. Um, so that means I have to get a part of my basement finished and put the studio down there. Sort of also be my office for all sorts of things I want to do. But it'll be an office and it'll be a studio. Um, and then that'll be the first section of the basement to get done because it's an unfinished basement. I mean, we have the laundry room there and we have an actual bathroom that's completely finished. But the rest of it's just, concrete walls and concrete floors and, but it's tall ceilings. It's like a full size, you can really make living space down there. So and the story is it used to be the prior people who owned the house had it finished off. They had a fire down there and everything got ripped out, like the drywall and everything. Nothing foundation wise. It was just the drywall got ripped out and some of that. But there were actually 3 rooms on that side where the studs of the room are still there. I mean, there's it's a full built-in closet and a room, and then another little room, right? But that was where like the hot water heater and all that stuff was, and then a third room, and they're basically walled off, and they've got electric, and they've got outlets, and they've got light switches and all that stuff. So that one room that actually has a closet built into it already, which is right off our laundry room, that's what I'm going to turn into office/studio. So a lot of the work is done. Like the studs are there. I just got to get the time. I don't know what I want to do about there's studs into the concrete wall, like not this way. They're flat up against the wall. And I don't know if I want to take them out and put a vapor barrier or put a vapor barrier over them or keep it open and maybe not put drywall up, maybe put a sort of paneling up so that there'll be airflow and you won't really get the mold because I don't have any water coming in from the outside. So that's good. I wonder for a bit the wrestling stuff. A huge wrestling fan. Personally, I had WWF VHS board game, but I forgot how it worked. Can you tell us? This one. I don't remember. Here, let's take it down and look. Let's see. And that's just the curtain for outside. Because I think yeah. Here you go. There's how you play. Can you see gameplay? Oh, where am I? Over here. I gotta turn it the right way. My monitor's in the way. Can you see that? I don't think I can change. Can I change the focus? Gameplay. Are you watching the current wrestling stuff like AEW and WWE? I am not. I try every once in a while, and it never catches my interest. I will usually put on like WrestleMania and watch just to see what's going on, and I have fun with it. And I watch parts of it because I have Peacock, which has, and I even had before it was Peacock. I spent $9.99 a month for the WWE Network, but not for anything current. Again, I'd watch the pay-per-views if I happened to be home and available, and the kids were cooperating and whatever. I would watch them, but I really didn't care. So no, I don't watch really anything current. Can I change the focus? Where settings? I don't think that's it. Nah. Just can't. What? What am I doing? Live on? Yeah. Yeah, I got that. Okay. Why? Okay. What's going on? Anyway. I don't think you could probably read that, and I don't know how to change the focus. I already checked the monetization at YouTube. There you go. Balance. Save. Okay. I don't know what that. Settings saved. I don't know if I did anything or not. Did anyone see this? I'm talking about the VHS one with Hogan and Andre on the box. Okay, that is buried somewhere. But honestly, I don't remember how to do it. I could see if I can find it. Oh, it's right here. Are you talking about this? Alright. Let's see what we got here. Nope, instructions there. Alright, there you go. If you'd like, I don't know, can you read it? You can go back on replay, freeze frame it, and get the instructions. And there's the back. I don't even know if that comes out clear. Probably not. But I tried to change the focus, and that didn't work. I don't know if I can. Once I'm live. What's that? You don't have access to it. Okay. I don't know what that means. Anyway. I'll show you again. Again. On replay. Freeze frame it. And then see if you can make heads or tails of it. Do you have the game? I'll look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's a video about it. All right. I was going to say, do you have the game? Or you just want to remember how to play? I'll just throw that there. Now, the other thing is that this room has a window AC unit. And obviously I shut it off to do this. But now I got lights going. And I'm like dying now. Let me go get a water. Be back. All right, I'm back. See, that's what an ad should have ran. See, now I got one that says it's going to run in 30 seconds. I don't know. So if one comes in 30 seconds, how long did the ad run? Tell me. I just won't talk for whatever it is. By the way, speaking of ads, if you watch my videos, guys, if it's 30 seconds or above, skip it. I get it. I skip them. But if it's like a 15-second ad, 20-second ad, just watch it. Because that helps me. That helps the channel. You remember we watched TV and, commercials were so long. Says ads inserted. Ads will run shortly for some viewers. For 50 seconds? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's watching this and getting ads. It's weird to get ads. Like, yeah, they should make it like okay. I'll look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's a video about it. I had it way back. I forgot how to play it. About a minute. Sorry for anyone who's watching this on the replay, but I'm watching. This is the first time I've only done this is only the third live stream I think I've done. And they never had ads in the middle. All right, did you guys get another ad? Because ads inserted. I don't know. Um, what was I gonna say? I got all distracted by this ad business. Um, anyway, so we're going to WrestleMania game. Sorry, sort of distracted by this ad thing because I don't even know if people like I'm talking and you guys are I know I don't have that many viewers and most people are gonna watch it on the replay, which is fine. Um, but if you are and you're seeing an ad and I'm talking, it's kind of pointless. But if I stop talking, then when the people who watch it on a replay, they're just gonna see me staring at a monitor until the countdown goes away. So I don't know what to do. We're getting close to 11. So I was gonna give it about an hour. We're at 50 minutes. So Presley, are you still here? You got sick of the ads, probably. Not yet. Only the one. Okay. Um, well, it says one. Is that mine though? I don't know. Anyway, you're crying laughing. Why are you crying laughing? See, here's an ad. I just refreshed this. You got any questions? Any more questions, I should say. Yeah, you are there. Okay. I think the count on people is not always accurate. Who's here? Because I'm gonna probably wrap it up at just about 11. Of course, right when I'm about to wrap it up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 people will jump in. That's the way it is. That's the way I've done every time I've done, which has only been a couple times. But when I'm like, only a few people are here. Okay, I'm answering. I basically answer all the questions. I say what I need to say. I go to get off. People start coming in. So, but I don't want to do it for much more than an hour. Of course, if 10 people come in, I'll be more than happy to stay. The kids are at grandma's house tonight. That's why I was able to do this. My wife's in the kitchen. She was doing some food prep stuff that she's been wanting to do while the kids are not around. Sometimes the kids help her with them, but that becomes more of a she does that to do something with the kids then and partly to get the thing done, but obviously doing things with the kids when she's teaching them takes twice as long as it would be if she just did it herself. So, she, we always try, just like when I have my son, he wants to do stuff outside, or fix things or whatever. Yeah, I could do it and I could do it in half the time if I show him, but he especially always wants to get involved, which is good. So anyway, but that was it. My wife was doing all sorts of food prep stuff. She does all that like canning and freeze dried and other dried stuff. You said you're in. I am. I'm in South Jersey. I'm originally a New Yorker. I mean, I was born and raised on Long Island in New York into my 30s. And then at about 32, I met my wife, which was my girlfriend because I just met her. And I had a job offer in like Central Jersey, and she lived in South Jersey. So we were sort of doing long distance. And so that made sense. But I only did that for 2 years. And then I went back to Long Island, was back on Long Island for 2 years. And in those 2 years got married, and then in those 2 years we had gotten married, had a kid, and then got offered to live with my mother-in-law, my wife's mom, for a couple of years because we had just had the baby to save money to buy our own house. So we took her up on it. We were there for more than 2 years. We were there for, I think, 4 years because while we were there, we had twins. so it wasn't, we got up and left. So we basically stayed. And she had like like a high ranch. So basically the whole bottom floor was ours. With the kitchen was up there. but we had our own bathroom, we had our own living room, we had, like 2 rooms down there. So we were pretty good, for a young family, but eventually then we bought this house anyway. But yes, so yes, I am in South Jersey, kind of near Ocean City, New Jersey. If you know where that is. Um, where are you? Ads will run shortly for some viewers. You might get an ad soon, so be careful. Kind of just waiting. But anyway, so yeah, I'm getting to do this because the kids are at grandma's. Because my wife's mom, she lives around the corner, different house. She had sold the house that we all lived in together. Her and her new husband bought a house and renovated it. We were here. We bought and renovated this house, like ripped it down to the studs, everything except for this room. Actually, this drywall is original. Every other piece of drywall in this house, besides this room, pretty much is brand new, and the insulation behind it. This room was actually in decent shape, so we left it that way. And after we were in here, she remarried, and he was the one who helped my wife's stepdad help us renovate this house, and then they renovated their house, and they moved in. They moved in like right in the middle, like not even right in the middle of COVID, like right towards the beginning, like the first year, 2020, I think. Maybe it was 21. I think it was 20, but either way. Did you ever go to any early Raws at the Manhattan Center? Oh, you're in Arizona. I never went to any. No, wait, that's not true. I did go to a Raw, but not the early ones at Manhattan Center. I went to one in December of '97 at the Nassau Coliseum on Long Island, where I'm from. I'm in an ad. You're in an ad, but you could still talk. Okay. So tell me when you're back. Well, you're not going to see this, right? Okay, back. All right. So let me see if I'm going to go back to what I answered. You probably didn't see it, but it's cool that you could tell me that you were in an ad. All right. Did you ever go to any early Raws at the Manhattan Center? At first, I mistakenly said I'd never been to a Raw, but that's not true. I have been to one Monday Night Raw, but it was in '97 at the Nassau Coliseum. So not at the Manhattan Center. I never went to any of those. I did go. This was like it was December of '97. It was right after the screw job, and they gave Owen a shot at the title, which Shawn had. And I'm telling you, we in the crowd were rooting for Owen to beat Shawn for the title because of the whole thing with Brett and everything. I gotta go back and find that Raw. I think it's the last one in '97 in December. I don't know if they acknowledge us rooting for Owen. I gotta go back and watch it, but we were that, and I don't know what they did with the microphones on the crowd or whatever, but the crowd was going for Owen because of what just happened with the Hitman. So that was the only Raw I've ever been to. So that and the one pay-per-view I've been to, which was SummerSlam '91, where obviously, Macho and Liz got married, and that was the one where Warrior held up Vince for money, and he was in the match, but then when he ran back, he got fired. That was Perfect versus Hitman for the IC title. And then Monday Night Raw that I've been to was, again, December '97. Owen versus Shawn Michaels, and that was also, I think, when Terry Funk came back as Chainsaw Charlie. I think that was the first appearance of him as Chainsaw Charlie. I can't even say that. Chainsaw Charlie. So I think that was the first appearance of him, and we were all in the crowd going like, what? And then like all of a sudden everyone was like, that's Terry Funk. Like, and I think we might have started chanting Terry Funk or something, saying that we know who you are. So I was at that Raw. So you were at WrestleMania 9. So Arizona, I guess that's pretty close to Nevada, right? Isn't that how they say it? I want to say Nevada, but I believe the people in Nevada say Nevada. All right. I remember when Owen had his shot. I met Owen at WrestleMania 9. He was on the card. He wasn't on the card because I got this little heart thing over here. I can't see. I guess it wasn't on the card. Um, yeah, it wasn't on the card, but was at the hotel the day before. Yeah. So yeah, I was at that Raw late '97, and we were cheering for Owen. All right. Let me know if you got anything else to say because we are fast approaching the hour in about 3 seconds. So I'm gonna wrap this up. So anyone watching this on the replay, which will be most people watching it, you've already heard what I was talking about. How From the Pages is coming back starting next week. I'm gonna have my other stuff, DVD deep dive, um, Star Wars Saturday Night, which that I already have recorded, and retro media releases. They will be back. I want to get it so that the end of this summer and into the fall, we got a pretty full schedule. Like every week have it at least two, if not three videos. Oh, and Federation Nation. I've got stuff for that on the horizon. Um, so that's that. And I guess that's it. Obviously, if you're coming across this and you're like, who's this dude and what's he do? Subscribe to the channel, comment, like, share, all that stuff. Definitely like, guys. Likes help. Because obviously, if you're watching, a lot of you already subscribed. So just like the video. And like I said, guys, if you can, I understand 30-second ads or sometimes they try and give you 90-second ads. If you could skip, I skip them. I get it. But if it's like, sometimes it's like you have to watch the ad for like 7 seconds and then it's on and then you see, and then it goes, you could skip it, but like the total is like 15 seconds. Just watch for the extra 8 seconds. I think it helps me. I don't know how much, but if you all did it, it helps, so watch some of the ads, skip the long ones. It helps out. It's cool, man. I'm going to get dinner. It was cool hanging out. Yeah, I definitely got to do some more live streams. But again, this was sort of because the kids were out of the house, so it worked out. I could probably do them when the kids go to bed some nights, but usually after I've gotten them to bed, I just want to go plop down on the TV and watch either what happened on the news that day or YouTube or if I'm in the middle of a show that I'm watching. So I don't usually come out here at like 10, 11 o'clock at night when I've just had the kids all day and all evening and all that stuff. So, so that doesn't happen, but I really should try to do that more often. All right. So we are officially over an hour. Again, guys, if you're watching this on the replay, like, subscribe, comment, share, all those things help. Remember, next week, I think it's August 8th. Let me look at the calendar on this date. Yeah, August 8th will be next Thursday. From the Pages of WWF Magazine. We'll be back with January 1995. I don't know who's on the cover. I think it's like a Christmas episode, a Christmas cover, because it came out in December of '94. And we haven't done it from the Pages of WWF Magazine. I think it's been like 6 months because I've done Inside Wrestling 1 year and Sports Review Wrestling. So that right there is 24 issues, which would be 24 weeks. This week is off, so that makes it 25 weeks. I don't know if I had a week off back then, but even so, 26 weeks is half a year. So, I mean, yeah, it's been a minute since we've done From the Pages of WWF Magazine, but they're coming back next week. Aha, I don't blame you. Oh, with the kids and after the bedtime. So, yeah. All right, that's going to do it. Thanks for Presley for joining us live. And before we had Mino Man joining us live. I'm sure there was a few others that I saw but didn't comment. So thank you for joining live. And anyone who's watching this on the replay, thanks for watching. So until next time, guys, have a good one. Now let's shut it off. All right. Good night, guys.